You ever watch a movie and hear that pew sound from a silencer and think, is that real? Well, you're not alone. We got this amazing question from a viewer, Wendy, that just nails this whole Hollywood myth. And let me tell you, the real answer is, well, it's a lot more surprising and a whole lot heavier than you'd ever guess.
I mean, how great is that question? It just perfectly captures this massive gap between what we see in the movies and, actual physics. So for Wendy and for all of us, let's dive in and see what Hollywood gets so wrong.
All right, so to really answer Wendy's question, we have to start by deconstructing what Hollywood shows us. And we've got to begin with the biggest, most common myth of them all, the so-called silencer.
Okay, so you know the deal. In the movies, some secret agent screws this little tube onto the end of their gun, and suddenly that deafening bang becomes this polite little pfft. It's like magic, right? Well, in the real world, that device is actually called a suppressor, and it works in a totally different way. Think of a suppressor kind of like the muffler on your car. Its whole job is to trap and slow down all those super hot expanding gases that come from the gunpowder exploding. It makes that initial blast way quieter. But, and this is the huge part movies just completely ignore, it does absolutely nothing about the noise the bullet itself makes flying through the air. And here's why that's a big deal. Most bullets, they're supersonic. That means they're literally traveling faster than the speed of sound. And when something does that, it creates a sonic boom. It's this incredibly loud crack as it rips through the air. So even if you've got a suppressor on there handling the explosion part, you still get that sonic boom from the bullet. And trust me, that sound is absolutely going to wake the baby. And probably the entire neighborhood.
So Hollywood is lying to us about sound. But, that's not the only thing they get wrong. They also seem to think their heroes are totally immune to the laws of physics, especially when it comes to the sheer force of these things. Let's talk about recoil.
Oh yeah, you've seen this a million times, right? Think of Arnold in Terminator, just casually firing a shotgun with one hand like he's pointing a remote control. Let me be clear, if you or I tried that in real life, we'd be taking a one-way trip to the emergency room. Seriously, that much force would probably dislocate your shoulder or break your arm. You have to brace a weapon like that against your body to absorb that insane kickback.
And that idea of recoil brings us to maybe the most ridiculous action movie trope of all time, dual wielding. A gun in each hand. The thing is, it's not even just about trying to control the recoil from two guns at once. It's something much simpler. The weight. The sheer weight of it all.
So let's do a little bit of quick back-of-the-napkin math here, the kind of math that movie producers just seem to forget exists. Let's say you're in a big 3-minute action scene and you're firing 2 Mach 10s non-stop. Just take a guess. How much do you think just the ammunition for that would weigh? You ready for this? 90 kilograms. That's nearly 200 pounds. 200 pounds. You would literally be carrying the weight of another human being just in bullets to get through one 3-minute scene. It is absolutely insane when you think about it.
And hey, that's just the ammo. We haven't even talked about the guns themselves. A single Mach 10, all loaded up, weighs about 3.5 kilograms. That's roughly 7.5 pounds. Now, to really put that into perspective, what else in the world weighs almost exactly that much?
A newborn baby. Yep, it's almost the exact average weight of a newborn baby. So, next time you see some action hero holding 2 of these things, one in each hand with their arms stretched out, just picture them holding 2 infants.
I mean, just imagine it. Think about them trying to aim perfectly while holding a wiggling 7.5-pound infant at the end of each arm. It's absurd. It's not just that it would be exhausting, it would be nearly impossible to aim. Physics just doesn't care if you're a big movie star.
Okay, so after busting all these myths, the sound, the force, the weight, what does this all mean for Wendy and her prize-winning chicken?
Well, Wendy, it turns out the real solution for protecting your chicken is a better fence. I know, it's not as exciting as a tactical rifle with a suppressor, but honestly, it's the most effective, the quietest, and definitely the most baby-friendly solution. Sometimes the simplest answer really is the best one.
So here's your new smarter movie watching guide. The next time you're kicking back with an action flick, just remember, those silencers don't actually silence the sonic boom. Firing a shotgun one-handed is a fantastic way to end up in the ER. And any hero dual-wielding automatic weapons is basically trying to aim with 2 newborn babies. You'll never see those scenes the same way again.
So now, you're in on the secret. You know the truth behind some of Hollywood's biggest gun myths. And it kind of makes you wonder, right?
What else do movies get totally wrong that we just accept as true? Let us know in the comments what myths you want us to bust next. And as always, stay curious.
With that, you'll certainly die smarter, but you'll still die. But before you do, don't forget to like the video and subscribe.